Okay, everybody, are you guys ready? Can I get a yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Ramon Cusi, principal at Jesse Bethel High School. Welcome to another episode of the Principal's Corner here on VCAT Channel 27, Channel 99 on AT&T. Today, I have a very special guest. In fact, I have three special guests that are going to be sharing some information about the return. Yes, that's right, the return back to school in a hybrid system. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to to the Vallejo principal, Jared Bordy,
Good afternoon. Welcome to Vallejo High School Hybrid Learning.
and our Independent Study Academy principal, Sylvia Whitson.
Hello, everyone.
And finally, last but not least, Dr. Edison Kelly, the principal of Finney and Leadership Academy.
Hello, community.
Mr. Bordy.
Students who have requested to return to campus will start the hybrid model on Monday, April 19th, 2021. So students that have opted in to come to campus for the hybrid schedule will start Monday, April 19th, 2021. And for students that have chosen to stay in the virtual, they will still continue in a virtual setting, and we're going to go over the schedule.
Thank you, Principal Bordy. Principal Whitson, safety protocols.
So we are working feverishly to prepare all of our school sites for your return. And I want to go over the safety protocols for return to campus. So we are adhering to all CDC and CDPH and Solano County health guidelines. We want you to know that we will be at 55% student capacity allowed in each class, adhering to all social distancing guidelines. All rooms will be sanitized regularly according to VCUSD as well as county guidelines. All students must wear masks at all times. That is a very concrete policy that we will be enforcing daily, hourly. Every student and staff member that is on campus will need to wear masks at all times. Site safety and administration will be on campus to support safety and social distancing, as well as reminding students of the social distancing policies, reminding students to wear those masks. Also, students must, once class is in and the final bell rings, students must adhere to the policy of exiting campus. So lunch will be grab and go. Students will exit campus and must leave after the final bell. And those are some of the safety protocols that we have put in place for you as you return to face-to-face instruction.
Thank you, Principal Whitson. One of the things is that, isn't it true that sometimes there are updates that sometimes change the information? So shouldn't we have that disclaimer right now that, oh yeah, I'm wearing my mask. Shouldn't we have that disclaimer right now that some things may change? Maybe the student capacity may increase or decrease depending on the certain tier that we're in. Isn't that correct, Principal Whitson?
Absolutely. And so we will be using our parent square as well as emailing all and social media platforms to announce any changes in any policies and pertaining to our safety protocol as we move forward in implementing our face-to-face instruction plan.
That's great. Hey, now everybody's going to be asking, well, what about the schedules? Now, each school is going to have a little different schedule. So could we take a look at the schedules and see what it's all about? Can we take a look at the independent study schedule right now? Ms. Whitson, can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So as you see, we will have classes, face-to-face instruction, and we look forward to having you back Monday through Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We will be holding face-to-face instruction, starting time 8:30 a.m., ending time 3:30 p.m. We will also be able to implement our tutoring. We will have on-site tutoring on Monday from 12 until 3:30, Tuesday 1 to 2:40. There will not be any on-campus tutoring on Wednesday. That is our distance learning day. On Wednesday, we will not have on-campus tutoring. However, some of our one-on-one sessions will convene on Tuesday. We will also have our start time and end time Thursday, Friday, 8:30 to 3:30 p.m. And also our tutoring on Thursday from 1 to 2:40. And tutoring will also stretch from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Friday. So we look forward, again, we are the independent studies teachers and administrative staff is very excited about having you back on campus, and the schedule will be posted for your reference.
Thank you very much, Principal Whitson. Principal Dr. Kelly, can you please share with us the John Finney schedule?
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, hello to my Finney family. We will be in hybrid starting April the 19th. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday will be separate learning and separate teaching. So on Mondays and Thursdays, you will attend your first, second, and third period. Those of you that are in person will attend first and second and third in the morning, and from 8:30 to 10:50. Now, if you are virtual, you will attend first, second, and third 12:20 to 2:40. Oh, shoot. 12:40. Now, it will switch on Tuesdays and Fridays. It will switch. You will attend 4th, 5th, and 6th in person in the morning, but the virtual people will attend 4th, 5th, and 6th at 12:20 to 2:40. Okay, now there will be student support time 2 times a day, from 11 to 11:40, and also from 2:50 to 3:30. Okay, will be student support time. Wednesdays will be all distant learning. There will be no in-person time on Wednesdays. That time will be devoted to cohort, not only virtual learning, but also cohort support, meaning that we will have different community circles that we will assign for anyone that needs community circles, or different type of supports that are offered for students. Okay, takes care of the Finney schedule. Now we're moving on to the leadership schedule. Now, leadership skills is going to be slightly different. It will be simultaneous learning, which means that everybody will be learning at the same time. So either you will be at home or you'll be in person, but everybody will be learning at the same time. In our schedule will go from 8:30 to 3:30. Classes will go about 45 minutes a piece, and then with breaks in between and a lunch. There will also be targeted time where you can actually get support from teachers during the time that you're in school as well. There'll be some advisory periods as well as some support times as well. And again, we'll have a Monday, we'll have a regular schedule, bell schedule, and we'll have a Wednesday bell schedule where we will end at 1:55 on Wednesdays. So I think that's it for Finney and leadership.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kelly. Principal Bordy, can you please share with us what the Jesse Bethel and the Vallejo High School schedule will be? There we go.
Sure. So if you've opted in for in-person, your schedule will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You will have classes. First period for in-person learning will start at 9 o'clock to 9:40. Second period will be 9:50 to 10:30, and third period will be 10:40 to 11:20. After that time, students do have an option to receive additional help or support, and teachers will be available. After this, the student support, we are asking students to exit campus. And if students choose not to take advantage of the student support time by getting extra help with individual teachers, we're going to ask them to leave. So it's either the times for students to leave campus are after third period or after the student support time. And I would encourage, again, take advantage of the student support time. Have your students take advantage of that. If you are a distance learner, if you've chosen to stay in distance learning, your day will start at 12:35, first period, and end at 1:15. Second period will start at 1:25 and end at 2:05. And third period will start at 2:15 and end at 2:55. There will also be, again, additional time for support, virtual support, where teachers will be available. Again, this is very important to help bridge instruction and to help with support. And then when we go up to Tuesday, a similar schedule. It'll be 4th, 5th, and 6th if you are in person, and those are in similar times as the Monday. Student support time stays the same. And then if you are a distance learner, your time starts again at 12:35 and ends at 2:55 with the option of getting extra help virtually. Wednesday, as with the other sites, Wednesday will be all distance learning. And then we start the same schedule on Thursday, which was Monday's schedule, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, and 3 again. So we believe this is a schedule that would be conducive to all learners, whether you are in virtual learning or in person.
Thank you very much, Principal Bordy. I really appreciate that. That was very clear and concise from our 3 principals in regards to all of our school schedules. Now, these are the tentative school schedules I just wanted to share with each and every one of you that we have right now. You'll be getting this information confirmed in the very near future. One of the things, though, is that going back to our little slideshow, we have to make sure that we ask some of these questions, because some of you guys had some of these questions, and we want to make sure that we try and answer them right now. Can I change programs from hybrid to distance and vice versa? Mr. Board, can you answer that question real quick?
Sure. So if you're if you've chosen to opt to come to campus for in-person learning, a half-day schedule, and you say, you know what, this is too much. I like the setting when I was in distance learning. A student can choose that option from in-person to distance learning. What you cannot do is, if you are in distance learning and then make the decision weeks later and say, well, I like to go to in-person learning and try that out. It's for social distancing, and 2, for classes, to make sure those are at a relatively safe number, which are socially distanced. So that's the rationale for students that have opted to stay in distance learning will need to stay in distance learning.
Thank you very much, Principal Bordy. Principal Kelly, can I play sports and still do distance learning? Well, the answer is yes. That is correct. You can play sports and you still can do distance learning at the same time. Ms. Whitson, how do I get notified when my student gets sick or has symptoms with COVID?
Good question, Dr. Cusi. So we have an entire safety procedure in place to deal with students that become symptomatic on campus, that are not feeling well. We have isolation rooms set up in which the students will be monitored. Parents will be notified right away if his or her son or daughter is not feeling well. Students will be picked up in the isolation room, sitting comfortably in the isolation room with supervision. The student will be picked up, parents will be notified. Now, if a student does in fact have a test positive, there are procedures in place in which our district would start to notify any students that he or she had come in contact with, and we will implement our tracing protocol and procedures at that time.
Thank you very much, Principal Whitson. What happens when my student does not follow safety protocols? Well, Dr. Kelly would probably be answer this situation in a very clear way, and I'll go ahead and support this. There is a definite possibility, if you do not follow the safety protocols, if you are in hybrid or in-person learning, that you may get removed and sent back to, or sent to distance learning and receive other disciplinary consequences. We'll be coming up with a disciplinary matrix and information in the new handbook for each of our schools in regards to that, and specifically our district handbook. So please keep that in mind. If safety protocols aren't followed, you can be removed from the in-person learning and be reassigned to a distance online learning. Principal Bordy, will my student be sharing materials and equipment with other classes?
No. So the traditional way of packets or writing or sharing of books, in terms of the pandemic, we're not going to be sharing those items. So students will be required to bring their Chromebooks to campus and continue learning in that fashion. So sharing of books, those hardbound books that are course materials, are not going to be an option as we transition into a hybrid learning model. So students will again be required to bring their Chromebooks, which they have and which they've been utilizing through distance learning.
Thank you, Principal Bordy. Are we going to have a graduation ceremony? The answer is yes, of course, we're going to have a graduation ceremony. Right now, we're preparing for a similar graduation ceremony as we did last year on video, and then we publish it at a specific time, just when our regularly traditional graduation ceremony. However, we have been receiving some information from the state, as well as our local county and our district, that of course we would like to have a traditional graduation ceremony there at over at Vallejo High School on the football field. However, we have to make sure that we follow all the processes and protocols, and we need to make sure that we can follow those before we go back to a traditional. So it takes much more to plan for the ones on video, because it's usually a multiple day process as opposed to a one-day process for the graduation at the in a traditional ceremony. So that's what the update is right now. We are planning a video graduation, but we definitely are eyeing and looking at seeing if we can make it possible for a traditional graduation ceremony at the end of this year. That would be a great way to end, but we'll see. Principal Whitson, will we have traditional grades on our report cards?
Good question, Dr. Cusi, and the answer is yes. We will have traditional grades on our report cards. Our grading system will not change. All parents and students can definitely refer to his or her teacher's syllabus to see the outline of the grading requirements. So yes, we will have traditional grades on our report cards.
Wow, that was a lot of information in a very short time. That's why we've recorded this thing and we're sharing it during our Principal's Corner. And I know that VCAT's going to do a wonderful job of publishing this, and we will be doing communications through our Parent Square and the front page of our website to post the link for this information. It was a lot of information in a short period of time. I want to thank each and every one of you, Principal Kelly, who had to step out, Principal Whitson, and Principal Bordy, for doing such a fantastic job in a short period of time to get this information out to everybody. And that's the most important thing. What we know now is something that you have to understand we know now. Things will start changing over the next couple weeks, over the next few weeks, even over spring break, when it comes to April 19th, when we plan to return. We're very excited. We're very proud at Vallejo City Unified School District. Our Superintendent Spalding, and the work that everybody is doing has been doing fantastic jobs to make sure that our kids are safe and they return and they get the education that we need, because we know that all of our focus is on student learning. Once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. This is Dr. Cusi signing off. Thank you very much for another episode of the Principal's Corner here on VCAT, Channel 27 and Channel 99 on AT&T. Goodbye, everybody.